What's good, everybody? It's your boy J Soul.
It's your boy A.
It's your boy Pete.
And welcome to the Kids from the South podcast. We are back with our first official episode with our newest member. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Man, it's the one and only original Pete, man. I'm happy and honored to be on the show, man. I'm just glad they add me on the team. Go ahead, let me, display my skills and my wit, man. And I'm just off, get it ready. You know what I'm saying? Get it kicked off.
Sir,
Good to have you, bro. Good day.
We glad to have you, bro, because, look, it was just, for the people that's not new to this, it was just two of us, but, we wanted to change the game with our podcast, so we had a third person. So we really appreciate you, bro. We feel like you're a great fit for the podcast.
Appreciate it.
And
everybody bring something special to it. So,
yes, man, yo.
So you know what I'm saying? We glad to have you. So,
all right, for the new people that's out there, let's quickly, you introduce yourself. We're going to introduce ourselves. So I'm J Soul, the outspoken one, the singer of the group.
The singer.
The
can sing.
I can do a little something.
Singer.
Nah, he a singer, boy. Go ahead and hit him with something real quick.
I can't. Shit.
You got the mucus.
Two kids from the South, but we are the kids from the South. The kids from the South.
Okay.
We are the kids from the South. I don't know what rhymes with South.
Your mouth?
Oh, God.
But
Well,
I'm speaking with my motherfucking mouth. I'm coming out the dome from somebody.
I guess I seen that, boy. Shut up.
All right, I'm done. Y'all hear.
That's too smooth.
Yeah, you
That's going to be a little bit too much for y'all
You
females.
know what I'm saying? I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I
Moist.
can't do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gifted with that.
I
But
got the bars, though.
your boy A, I'm the hooper. That's what I'll do. I'll get a bucket on anybody. No talk. He'd already know. I done gave him plenty of buckets. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know
it's cool.
about that. That's not in my record
He eat
book.
coleslaw anyway, so just gonna leave it there.
But shit, today's topic, we're going to be speaking on racial injustice and police brutality that's going on in America right now.
A lot of that going on. Need to stop.
Yeah, bro, hold these people accountable, bro.
Definitely need to do it because they abusing that badge, bro. Like they feel like they got too much power, and to be honest, they really do. They got a lot of power.
It really sucks though, because knowing that if you make one wrong move, it could possibly cost your life, and that's tough like that, man.
Bro, you didn't even have to do that. Like Breonna Taylor, she died, bro, while she was asleep. Like we not even safe in the comfort of our own homes no more.
Yeah,
and that's a scary thing.
We're
bro.
not even safe to run in our own neighborhood. Just to take a quick jog with somebody just thinking that we stealing something from like for example, we can be looking at a house like next door, right, that's getting built. And we just be looking. We just be just saying what's going on in there. And then somebody across the street be like, oh, he probably trying to steal something.
Yeah, call the police.
Or they try to kill us. Thinking that, we just protecting our neighborhood, bro. Come on, man.
But that been a norm put against us from the beginning of time, though.
400 years, bro.
It's old, man. It's crazy.
Shit sad.
I mean, we didn't try every possible thing, though. You know what I'm saying? We didn't fought. We didn't try to fight for equal rights. Still ain't got those. You know what I'm saying?
But we killing each other though. That's the thing about it. We got to stop killing each other and having our own thing. Chinese, Asians, all them, they had their own gas stations. Italians, all them. We come together as one. If we start our own community and build our own community, that's the first step right there. So once we start doing that, then that's when we're gonna start seeing change.
That have them scared, bro, because they don't want to see that.
Nah,
seeing all of us come together as one to bring down, you know what I'm saying, the bad people that's in the world. You know what I mean?
That's true.
100.
And that's the only, we need to make a plan to where we can get this going. Because like I said, the president ain't doing shit. His stupid ass still talking about, the coronavirus. This the shit I seen.
But he dumb as hell.
Look, this is what this man said. This the stupidest shit I seen. We have more did you know that we have more cases in America because we test a lot of people? I was like, do you know that's a badass thing, right?
First of all, his dumb ass said we got people that's dying that's never died before. That's what? The dumbest on everything. Then he said I have over 100 governors calling me, bro. We only got 50 states, bro.
Yeah, that's
and that's our president. I hope y'all know that. Y'all voted for him.
Mm-hmm.
That was get back for the white people. When they seen Barack Obama in the office, they were like, okay, since y'all want to put a black man in office, we're gonna put this man in office. See how y'all like it. And they regretting it too.
Yeah, y'all
regretting it.
y'all
Just
looking
saying.
stupid as fuck.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's straight though. What we really need to do is go out and vote.
Most
That's it,
definitely.
bro.
Now, let me talk about that. Now, when the whole protest started with the George Floyd thing, right?
Yeah.
Influencers like people was coming at influencers like Desi and all them, right? Dude from the jump was like, okay, if you want to change, we need to go out and vote. I didn't see nothing wrong I didn't see what's wrong with that. So, but when he said that, we need a peaceful protest, people started attacking dude, talking about, you a coon, blah blah, all this other shit. But then you go to these protests, every single protest, everybody saying the same shit. And he was the first one to say that shit. And niggas was coming at him like that.
So you feel like he being shamed for saying something? Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But you gotta know that, like, in protests, it's gonna be people that's waiting for riots and all that, so they can have opportunity to loot and just be there for the negative reasons. But then
I understand what you're saying though.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You're saying you're gonna have your positive people that want it, like have a peaceful protest for the better for the community and to get their voice out, and then you're gonna have them people that just waiting to just start negative energy and something to be in chaos. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But some people, bro, they just like some people are using their platform like really good. You know what I'm saying?
100.
But some people just I don't know.
Shout out to 85 South because like they had brought somebody up from like that's running for sheriff. And they asked them questions about how y'all gonna change this, like what they gonna do to make it better for America. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'd be afraid to talk to a sheriff and ask them questions like, "Oh, what you gonna do for this change?" You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you
Because
can't do that.
I'm saying like if I did it, I feel like my life would be threatened because I'll be asking questions that you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad that somebody really
Your
really
life can
doing
be
some shit
threatened
like
doing
that.
anything. To be honest, you black.
Yeah, man.
I was taught that growing up. Like growing up, being a black man in America, bro, that's like the hardest thing to do.
Yeah,
You got a target on your back.
And the thing about it, like other nationalities, they not going to feel what we feel inside of being a black man growing up in this American society.
It's not even, but yeah, like a black man, yeah, but like you got women too. Now
women, yeah,
it's
women
like
too.
I mean,
Just being black, period. My bad.
yeah, like just being black, like period, bro. It's like it's tough.
Yeah, man.
It's dangerous.
It is.
Like
It
I
really
love
is.
being black. Like I saw
no
this quote.
doubt.
He said, "I love being black, but it's dangerous as fuck."
It is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Man, I
but
can't.
I really didn't take that risk because I love being black.
Yeah, I can't see. I can't see myself being nothing else, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a vibe, dog. Like
Yeah.
you know. But have y'all had any experiences with like police brutality or like you know what I'm saying any racist stuff?
I ain't got no experience with no police brutality because if it was, I'd be dead right now.
No, I mean not
for
like
real,
I mean
like-
like you know
I
like
get what
that's
you're
how I
talking
think about it
justice,
too.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
like
get you.
somebody
But, like-
trying to like you know what I'm saying mess with you or something.
But
like
like
that.
I mean, I have it. I had experience, but I probably couldn't remember. But like the most recent thing that happened was I went to Grissom, and everybody know that Grissom is like
Yeah.
a whole bunch of white folks, kids, lawyers, like kids like the lawyer kids go to that school, the judges kids go to that school, same way how Huntsville is. But like so,
Yeah, no
we
doubt.
had this spirit week for homecoming. And it was like one day, I think it was like a Monday, and it was called America Week. So like we know what the fuck that mean. Like this people gonna be wearing Trump supporter shit and all this other bullshit. And then you know what the fucked up shit I seen? Somebody fucking made a poster, put make Grissom great again. So I'm like, bro, who the fuck put that shit? And then they put a fucking banner. It was like, oh, welcome to the jungle. And then it was like, okay, so you know there's like a whole bunch of black people at this school now, and y'all gonna say that bullshit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's tough right there.
But,
So
bro,
it's
they
just-
don't care, son.
They
Like,
really don't.
So it's just like, man, you know, we know that I knew that Grissom was fucked up anyway, because
Yeah.
after all the history that's going on, like
I already know.
my pops cousin, your granddad, he was saying that his son he played for Huntsville, he played for the basketball team. The referees were crooked as fuck. All this other bullshit.
My grandma went to Grissom. She graduated from Grissom. I graduated from Grissom. I graduated from Grissom. I hated it. But
all my fam went to Johnson. Like,
shout out OGs.
Shout out to Johnson, bro.
100, man. And it's crazy because, like, back in the time when my dad was, like, at Johnson, like, it was a mixed school. It was, like, more white people than black people.
Yeah.
But, like, there in the north side, though, it changed. Like, racial, like, black people start moving in on the north side of Huntsville now. And, you know, white people, you know, they flight. You know, they go down south, going to these other schools, Grissom, Huntsville, all that. But, like, at Jemison, like, I went to Jemison and, how it was like, I feel like it was predominantly black, but how we were treated though, we were treated like it was a type of slave mentality. Like, you know what I'm saying? They treat us like minorities. I feel like the things with Grissom and Huntsville and all these other county schools that's predominantly white, we couldn't get the same stuff which I had. You know what I'm saying? Right. We were last to getting something done to us, and it was like, it's crazy though.
That shit fucked up too, because I had friends that told me the same shit. Like, my cousin, she graduated from Jameson this year, and she said that's the same shit that's going on still.
Yeah.
But shit fucked up.
Before I get into my story about that, I want to tell you something about that. When, on that side of town, you know how we said them schools or majority of them kids, they're white, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The kids that go there, their parents are lawyers, they're doctors, they have money like that. They have places and high places. So, like, the stuff that they make y'all look bad at, like, they make Jemison, Johnson, they always make that look like a bad school.
Yeah.
Like, but when I tell you, bro, when you go down there to Grissom, bro, fights.
It's crazy though, cause like when you go on the drugs, that's what I'm saying.
Like, bro, like, it was terrible. When my junior, senior year at Grissom, we led the city in fights. Like, it was bad.
I heard somebody bring a gun to the school.
Guns.
And it wasn't even. It
the
never
fire
even
alarms was pulled. The teacher, bro, 2 teachers got beat up. One time made the news, but they don't want people to know that because of the kids that go down. Exactly. So it's all about that, but they don't care about making Jemison and Columbia, like, you know what I'm saying, schools like that look bad because it's a lot of minorities there. You know what I'm saying? It's like that, and it's sad to say that they be doing that, but they do.
Man, I remember when Grissom finally hit the news. It was like two white dudes. And it was like two black dudes, right?
Yeah, I remember.
So it was like the white dude was called the black dude a nigga. And then next thing you know,
you already know.
All hell broke loose, and then that's when they finally had the news people came up, and that's when they finally said something about Grissom, what's going on in Grissom. But it been going on for years, you know what I mean? But now they want to listen to it, but that's some other shit we gonna talk about later. Yeah. But so like. Have you ever, did you ever witness any racism going on with you?
Not really. Really, it's something more like third hand, like something you peep and you wonder why it's the way it is.
Right.
Like you get treated some type of way and you just wonder, like, dang, why I couldn't get it like this? Like, they got it like that. So why can't I get it like that? Right, you know what I'm saying? But really, like, just up close or something like that, I never experienced anything like that.
Well, shit, I remember we went to, my homeboy's birthday thing, right? We went to Nothing But Noodles. So we went back on the south side of Huntsville, and it was like our chilling spot was basically like Target, like the back of Target. Like, it's in the front of Target, but it's like all the way in the parking lot.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's the Grissom hangout spot. Yeah.
So we chilling and shit. Like, we mind our business. We not harming nobody. Mm-hmm. And then next thing you know, the next day, I saw a post talking about this person was telling us that, we was trying to kill her kids. We was hanging out with an 8th grader, all this other bullshit. And then she posted a video of my homeboy. My homeboy was doing donuts in the parking lot, but it was like empty lot. And then in my head, I'm like, you wasn't even near us when all that shit was going on. So why are you saying that, we trying to kill you and all this bullshit? And then she labeled us as boys, but with all capitalized letters. So I was like, so you called us boys, so that means that you want to say nigga. So I'm like, okay. So like all my homeboys, we like, all right, we gonna do something for her ass. So shit, we got on Facebook, goddamn, we all made fake accounts, started trolling her ass. started trolling the fuck out of her. Then she deleted that stupid ass shit because she know she was stupid as fuck.
I really feel like it should be a crime for like false, like telling people lies, like going up to the police saying
they
false.
Trying to make that a real thing for real though.
Bro, they entitled to do that, son.
They trying
I don't understand.
Whenever they're not comfortable with something, the way something is, if they don't do it, son, it's not right.
They trying to make a bill about that for real, about false accusations against people.
That happen a lot, especially with rape, but that's for another topic. But you know, it's crazy.
I feel like I didn't have a couple of things happen to me as far as like racist situations, but the one that I remember the most is I stayed in Lakeshore Apartments, and there was a Target right down the street. Right. And man, it was like summertime. Me and my cousins was walking to Target, and on the way back, this white dude, like on everything for no reason, bro, he just pulled over, and he was like, "Where y'all niggas going?" I was like, "Bro, like what?" I was like, "What you say?" He's like, "You heard what I said?" And my cousin, like, he hot-headed. He's like, "Bro, what's up? Like, you talking crazy? You gonna have to see me." And the dude was like, "I'll see y'all niggas again." And it's like pulled off. I was like, "Bro, what is the reason for that?" So I called my mom. I was like, "Yo, peep this." Bro, she came home, son. She was like what car he drive, like what he looked like. We remember what he looked like. And from that day on, she didn't want me like really walking to the store by myself, you know. I'm not gonna understand why, because you don't know what people be out here doing.
Yeah, man, it's a crazy world out here.
Yeah, but that really pissed me off, because I was like, bro, we just walking down the street. Like, he just randomly stopped and said that. Like, that shit just crazy.
Shit sad, bro.
It is. But, yeah.
Like, we shouldn't be like, what in your head just, like, you just pull up somebody and say, "What's up, nigga?" Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like, come on, bro.
It surprised me, because I'm sitting there like, what? Because I ain't never been called that, you know what I'm saying? It's been a few more times after that, yeah, but like that was my first time. I'm like in 7th grade, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's crazy.
But yeah, I didn't. That's probably the most, you know, the thing I remember the most. But I remember this time this year, I had a run in with the police. As far as, you know what I'm saying, he was put me over for no reason. I had just got off the phone with Josh, as a matter of fact, because I told him I was going to hoop.
Wow.
And he told me that I didn't make a stop on Oakdale, and I was like, bro, I wasn't even on Oakdale, bro. And he was like, "Oh, okay." And he was like, "Oh, what was that I seen you reach in the back seat?" I was like, "Bro, what am I reaching my back seat for?" Like, he, you know what I'm saying, messing with me. And he was like, "Yeah, I pulled you over because you know what I'm saying, you didn't stop at that stop sign." And I was like, I mean, okay, that's cool, but I mean, I didn't, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't even on that street, so it's straight though. But like, that just the fact that he was like, what was I reaching in the back seat for? I was like, bro, I didn't even reach in the back seat. You know what I'm saying? Trying to like don't even try to play me like that. So I handed him my stuff, and he was like, "I hope you understand that, you know, it's been a lot of wrecks going on, and I just want to make sure you safe." I'm like, bro, if you don't get out here with that, bro,
I'm telling you,
like,
what it is.
You tripping, son. I told him, I was like, bro, you making me late for my hoop session, bro. Like, you doing too much.
They already know what they doing as soon as they pull you over, man.
I mean, shit, that's crazy.
But shit, man, like, we need to get this shit over with, to be real with you.
Man, I'm ready for this year to be over with, really.
Because 2020 just fucking canceled either way.
Is.
It's supposed to be the special year.
On me.
It definitely is.
Literally the special year.
But, you know, it's crazy, man.
Like, shit. First you had... We talk about it later. We talk about the episode. We talk about it that episode.
But,
it's like so much.
To get into our calls.
Yep.
We got some people who want to get a take on the situation, or, you know, tell a story about personal, you know, times where they had, you know, racial injustice with, you know, the police, or just, you know, racism. Or they just want to talk about it. Yeah, they just want to talk about everything that's going on. So we're going to get into our first call.
Who we going to call first?
Miss Simmons.
Miss Simmons.
Miss Simmons. Okay. You want to call her first?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and call her.
All right. Miss Simmons.
Please leave your message for 2563.
Whoa. Come on, Miss Simmons.
Dang,
we ain't gonna expose your number like that.
We ain't expose you.
It's cool. I got you. I got somebody. I already got somebody.
Lord have mercy.
You feel me? We gonna call my boy Jordan, Chill City. He do a lot of stuff in the community and stuff like that. So you know what I'm saying. Gonna call him. Damn, not FaceTime though.
It's cool.
Why is it FaceTime? Why is it doing
that? Technical difficulties, but we gonna get.
Why is it doing that one?
Hey, fuck it. Just go.
Hey, fuck it. It's good. I'm over it.
Hello?
Yo. What up, man?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Dude,
right.
What happened is like you called like 5 times.
Yeah, cause on my phone I was trying to call. It was doing all some funny stuff, but it's cool.
Yeah, what's good? What's good, bro?
All right, so I'm here with my boy, my cousin right here.
What's up, bro? What's up?
Scarf.
Man, cooler, man. What's happening with y'all, man? How y'all holding up?
We're doing good, bro. We're doing good. So we was just calling to talk to you about, everything that's going on right now with racial injustice and everything. We wanted to ask if you had any personal experiences or if you wanted to just give your take on everything that's going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, of course I got, personal experiences, man. Shit, I don't think there's no black individual out here, man or female, or just any person of color that ain't, just got automatic experience when they first wake up, man. I think it's to a point now where, especially in the African American community, man, it's so normal that it's just a day to day now. You know what I'm saying? You wake up, you can't, Adrian, me and you work together. How we act at work, it's like we gotta automatically switch it as soon as we start walking through Crestwood.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's just some things that's just not gonna fly. So I mean, I think that experience alone is just so normal now that it's we don't even think twice about it no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just is what it is. And it's to a point now where we start teaching our children that, or, we teach our little cousins that, okay, hey, when we go in here to, you got to act this certain way, which is injustice all itself. You know what I'm saying? We can't be ourselves nowhere, but, our other counterparts, they got the free range to do that.
Exactly.
But just the normalcy of that, man, I mean, dude, that's just the injustice. I mean, apart from, just being pulled over for just, straight profiling, man. Like,
yeah,
I've been pulled over, man. Like, Adrian, you said I got the blue truck. I ain't got no tint on that truck, bro.
Yeah.
No tint. But I've been pulled over for wanting to get the tint tested on that truck. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? But it's to a point now, it's just, man, you just pray you just make it home safe. You know what I'm saying? Because it's normal like that. But I mean, as far as what's happening in the city, bro, like I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, yeah, I'm actually very proud of what's happening in the city.
I am too.
I'm very proud of what folks doing, bro. Like, I'm not the one to tell people how they should feel. I'm not the type of person to tell them how they shouldn't feel, man. The only thing that I want people to recognize is that, man, it's really chess, not checkers, man. And it's actually past chess, bro. It's 3D chess that they playing. The reason why I say that is the last protest that we had, I don't know if you guys were there. I was there for the last protest.
Yeah, Josh was there. I went to the one Monday. I didn't make it to that one though.
Okay, so the last one was a little bit more hectic. Well, actually a lot more hectic than the first one. So after the NAACP meeting, everybody some people there, and I get it. Some people was like, well, shoot, just because y'all say it's over. Like, bro, we ain't gonna go home.
Bro. We still
yeah. You know, and I get that. So I mean, I'm proud of how peaceful it was. Of course, things was misconstrued. I don't know if y'all woke up the next morning and saw the press conference that they had relating to.
I didn't see that.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, bro, it was a lot of trash, bro. They changed the narrative, and this is why I say it's 3D chess. It's not even just chess no more.
Right.
As many people as there was there, myself included, we know exactly what happened. If you was even getting close to the police, you had people checking you, talking about, nah, bro, get back on the sidewalk.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I was very proud of that. It wasn't until they started shooting the tear gas where things got, hectic. Now on the press conference, they didn't mention that they had snipers on the roof. I don't know, Josh, if you noticed. If you looked on top of the courthouse,
I noticed.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So during the press interview, he was like, we brought the fight to them. I'm like, bro, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of person has, snipers on top of the courthouse? It was like 8 drones out there. When I was walking up, I kind of stayed behind because I'm one of them type of people that too. I want to see what the setup is looking like.
Yep.
Because with that many people, okay, they're gonna try to box us in. You know what I'm saying? And take that for how you want to, bro. They had about 40 cops, and it's probably more than that, 30, 40, maybe 50 cops all up in that garage. So when you came up the hill on Fountain Circle, to the right was a garage. There were like 30 SWAT. Like 30 SWAT officers,
man.
You know what I'm saying, just waiting in that garage. And so, you know what I'm saying, it's stuff like that brings them back to the point to where it's chestnut checkers, not only in the tactical sense like that, but still in the media sense. Because now they have the power of media to where, even though it might have been they can control the narrative, bro. There may have been at least maybe 2,000 people out there, maybe more, maybe a little bit less. But there were tens of thousands of people just still at home. So without them being there and them just relying on television to get the accuracy and the facts, especially when they're coming from elected officials or, appointed officials, that's just saying, this, that, and they're using, I'm a spoken word artist. That's how I started off. So I know how you can use words to twist anything to where it fits.
Exactly.
It fits your narrative, bro. I know how to do it. I do that very well.
You do.
You know what I'm saying? So, them using words like illegal or them using words like, agitated or, things like that, they can flip a whole story to where now we're not the victim. Now we're not the victims, but we're the agitators now. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they flipped it, and it's plenty of people who I've had a conversation with that wasn't there at the protest, but they saw the news clip. And the first word that they came is, okay, I understand what the cops did. And it only takes just that amount for a whole nation to get on the wrong side of things because of television.
It does.
So I mean, it's propaganda, bro, and yellow journalism, man. If they really want to start a war, you know what I'm saying, you got to control the narrative. Right. So it's not just enough to protest, bro. And I tell people this all the time, man. Like, the protesting is great, but all of that ain't gonna mean nothing, bro.
Hell no,
it's not.
If several things don't happen, that's one. If as soon as you leave the protest, you go straight to Popeye. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you leave the protest, you go to Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A been told y'all who they siding with when they came up with the Blue Lives Matter. But how many black folks, still spending their money, bro? You see how quick Nike and all of these other major brands was to, quick to release the statement because they know the power of the black dollar. They know it's black folks. They know it's black folks, man, that buy up most of their merchandise. If the black folks stop spending money, guess what? Ain't nobody getting money. Ain't nobody making money.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And one thing that, that I realized, and I hope a lot of people realize this too, man, is just COVID-19 shed a lot of light on a lot of situations, bro, because they were so quick to stimulate the economy, especially in areas like Atlanta, man.
Exactly.
They opened up portions of the black community first because black people spend the most money. And a lot of people haven't caught on to that, bro. We are in such a pivotal and vital point right now to where we actually have the advantage. But it takes organization and it takes coordination, bro. All of this protest and stuff ain't gonna mean nothing if people don't vote. Half them people out there at the protest ain't even registered to vote.
And that's
you know what I'm saying?
It's
And it's not just about, getting Trump out of office. Bro, you do the most damage on the local level.
Right.
That's where you do the most damage. And a lot of people, they're not realizing that. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully this is a time where people actually start to realize that. But you do the most damage by going to these city council meetings. Half the people out here have no idea when the next city council meeting is. Right. That's where you got to put the pressure at. Because they are that next step. They're that bridge between making things happen. You put pressure on the city council. You put pressure on, all of these other appointed officials that we vote for.
Hold them accountable.
Exactly.
You hold them accountable. It's accountability. So a lot of people, It's just like when the schools start closing, when they, when the whole gentrification and closing of the schools with the, in the black community, that stuff wasn't just boom, let's just do this, bro. That was years in the making.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just people ain't been going to these meetings, and then they want to get pissed off when the actions happen. It's like, bro, like honestly, I don't even want to have this conversation with you, bro. I ain't seen you at no city council meeting.
Right.
All I see you doing is complaining, bro. You know what I'm saying? So in a sense, you're one of the ones that's killing us, bro, because you making us look dumb, bro. Right. You got more than just a mental, a physical death, bro. You got a mental death. You got a spiritual death. Have these people, you know what I'm saying? Like especially, bro, like I want y'all to do like next time y'all on social media, like actually people watch, and I know you do, Adrian. Me and you had this conversation before.
We talked about that.
People watch. A lot of people who are posting some of the most exclusive stuff about the riots and stuff, I guarantee you in about 2 weeks to 3 weeks time, they posted something ignorant about somebody black.
Definitely.
Guarantee you, bro. Guarantee you, man. And that lets you know that a lot of these folks doing this stuff for a trend. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for everybody being an instant Black Panther, bro. I love it. I love it, but it's not gonna mean nothing, bro, if you don't keep it up, man. Like this just can't be no trend.
Right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Case in point, man, when Trayvon Martin, you know what I'm saying, had his unfortunate, event.
Right.
People was on that for about a good month, bro.
Yep.
After that month, you ain't hear nobody talking about it until it was the next thing.
Exactly.
And then the next thing, and then the next thing. So I mean, if black people have one thing down, and that's the emotionalism, and that's what people play off of. If you want to get the black community stirred up to where you want to distract them, kill one of them. They're gonna forget to start checking back on laws that's being passed. Bro, you know how many laws been passed since George Floyd? Bro, you know what didn't happen through social media, bro? TikTok didn't remove all its content on George Floyd.
Yep, I know
Trump
that.
is now bashing Facebook to ban anything relating to the thing. And if they don't, it's $1 billion or $1 million fine for every post.
That's
People
crazy.
don't know that because they so wrapped up in protesting. That's why I'm like, bro, the protest is great, but it's not going to mean nothing if you still not educating yourself. It's not going to mean nothing if you ain't getting registered to vote. It ain't going to mean nothing if you still supporting these major corporations. Chick-fil-A just gave Chick-fil-A and a whole bunch of other companies just donated like $2,200, I want to say $220,000 to Trump campaign. Bro, what does that tell you? And you still spending your money with them, bro? Like, come on, man.
That's crazy.
Bro, come on, man. Like, dude, you helping kill your own race.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So going back to what I'm saying, man. I don't mean to get off on a tangent. I don't even know if I'm talking too much, man. But you know what I'm saying?
You good, man? You good,
but it's real, man. Because it's like, come on, man. Like y'all talking about y'all want to see a difference, but damn, bro, what are you truly doing to try to make that difference, man? I don't care what type of platform y'all got. Like y'all have a platform, y'all are utilizing y'all platform.
Right.
Some of these people with bigger platforms, all they doing is posting a pic. You know what I'm saying? I just released a song called "Stop Killing Us," bro. And in that song, I say the exact same thing. I'm like, bro, you got a whole platform, but all you doing is posting a pic. That's it, bro. That's all you can offer to the situation. I'm not gonna tell nobody what they can do, what they can, or what they can't do with their platform, boy. It's yours. You earned it. But I'm not trying to have that conversation with you if that's all you doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
Now, I feel like, because you spit knowledge, so I feel like one day we were just going to have to get you to just come on the show. And
most definitely.
Most definitely have to put you on. Because you speaking a lot of shit right now that's going over people's head right now.
Yeah,
bro.
like you spin real facts, and it's everything you done said, you didn't hit it right on the nose. So, like.
Yeah, man. I mean, too, and that's much love. And I mean, through from how y'all taking it in, bro. It's like, shoot, y'all already know it, man. Right. I was walking with my little cousin. I took him to the park because I wanted him to see where the events happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want my little cousin out here dumb. Like, bro, you need to know what's going on out here.
Exactly.
And my little cousin said, like I said, I'm all down for the protesting. I'm not one to condone any type of violence, bro. Like, Adrian, you know me.
I know.
I'm not the one to condone any type of violence. But shit, when it comes down to it, hell, if it's time to strap them boots up, then it is what it is.
Right. Exactly.
But at the same time, if you gonna loot and you gonna riot, bro, I get it and it's justified. It truly is justified. But at the same time, think about what you're doing.
Thank you.
All right, case in point.
Yes.
We have a community. We about to mess up our own community on the black side, but we mad at the white folks. But we about to destroy everything on the black side. So guess what? In about a month's time, you done destroyed the Walmart, you done destroyed the Target, which is cool to a certain extent because it's justified. But now guess where you gotta go now to get your groceries?
Yep.
You gotta go to the white side. Guess who got a license to kill you now because they scared of you? The white side. So what you think is about to happen now? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not telling people to do this. I'm not telling them not to do this. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna destroy something, don't destroy your own.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You need to take that fight. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, you know you're gonna get met with some type of resistance, bro. They're not just about to let you destroy downtown. That's the jewel of Huntsville. Yeah, and it's right there by the courthouse. Bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like that's why I said it's chess, not checkers, man. It's why wasn't there a whole nother protest going on a whole nother side of the city? If they put that much concentration of the police force right there, how come there wasn't nothing else going on? That's what I'm saying. It's chess, not checkers, bro. And they're gonna win every time because right now it's 2-0. Only thing we have done to show for what we done is 2 protests. Name one thing that we've accomplished. Name one law that got passed here. They still ain't even. No, and they still not even trying to take down the Confederate statue that we got downtown, bro.
You see how Birmingham did it?
Yeah,
it's probably going to lead up to that.
Yeah, and that sucks. And that sucks, bro. But it is what it is, bro. I mean, it's at the same time I got that Malcolm X philosophy, bro. By any means necessary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But be smart about it, man. Don't just go out there head first, man. It's truly the art of war out here, man. And I don't know if y'all ever read that book, but if y'all haven't, bro, check that book out. It's called The Art of War. The Art of War. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, and that lets you, and it's more than just a physical turf, but too, even on the mental aspect, it tells you how to approach things. It tells you, you know what I'm saying, how your enemy may, you know what I'm saying, approach it. And people just reacting. And that's the wrong thing to do. I don't know if anybody studied martial arts, but you don't never just react. You know what I'm saying? In any sense of the word, bro. Like everything is time and everything is coordination. Everything is reading your opponent and thinking not even now 3 steps ahead, but you got to be 10 steps ahead now.
You're right about that.
What are they going to do if I do this and then I do that? You know what I'm saying? Like you got to take account for all of that. And that's what they're doing, bro. So you mean to tell me out of all 2,000 people that we had out there, people out there with PhDs, master's degrees, we couldn't come up with a better plan than that?
That's true.
Come on, man.
Think about it from that aspect too.
Come on, man. Like all of that brain power out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And not even that, bro. I think people are actually now starting to realize that it's not even a racial issue no more, bro. Because you see, it was white folks out there. It was probably more white folks out there than black folks. Honestly,
Thank you.
Honestly, bro.
A lot of white people out there, bro.
Come on, you know what I'm saying?
They were screaming everything out there.
And they was the ones who was getting don't want the soldiers for. But the white folks thought that was crazy.
Right.
Like, no lie. You know what I'm saying? So I think people are actually now starting to understand that, damn, it's not even about race no more, bro. It's about the rich versus the poor.
Right. Yep. Hey,
and come on, man. Come on. And that racial tension is a distraction, bro. That's a distraction. If I can keep y'all caught up on the fact that, oh, man, you don't need to like this white person, or the white person feels like they're better, or the black person got this grudge and this chip on the shoulder, guess what? You'll never pay attention to me banking all of this money in the back. You never paying attention to me passing all of these laws in the back because I got you so tied and I got you so involved with this rat race of racial tension that you'll never notice what I'm doing in the background, bro. These folks is doing this stuff in plain sight, bro. In plain sight. In plain sight, man.
We gotta dedicate a whole show to this man.
Bro, in plain sight, man. Like, come on, bro.
It's speaking straight facts. That's it.
Bro, I mean, and that's real, man. Like they doing stuff in plain sight, man. And folks ain't catching on, man. It's like, damn, like, bro, how many times do something bad have to happen for black folks to get together? I love seeing my people come together, but damn, it's over the death rate.
Right. Jordan,
it's over the death rate, dog.
I'm gonna have to talk to you because we're gonna have to get you on the show.
Yeah, we gotta have a separate little interview
we gotta
for you, man.
Hey, we need you here in person.
Yeah, man.
Because you
gotta save some of that for us, man.
You gotta save some of that.
Bro, I'm down for it, man. Bro, you know I'm down for it, man.
We would talk about it We gonna set a date because we gotta have you on there.
Yeah, man. Much love, man.
Hey, what's your social media, bro? So everybody can follow you, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. So I'm on Instagram at the official Chill City. You can catch me on Twitter at the official Chill City. Facebook is at Jordan Chill City More, and I got music streaming everywhere at #Chill City.
All right.
And yeah, man.
If y'all wanting trying to get on that, man, they're gonna be a link in the description, man.
Go show him love. Hey Jordan, we really appreciate you coming on the show and speaking your truth, bro. We definitely gonna have to.
Oh yeah,
get you on
I'm
the
definitely
show
gonna
real
visit some, bro.
Yeah,
we gonna do that. So we really appreciate you, man.
Yeah, much love, man. Shit, always a pleasure, bro. Shit, Adrian, you know we go back, man. So yeah, it's all love, bro.
Hey, I seen your last name was Moore, so you might be related to us. To be real with you, bro.
Yeah, you probably are.
9 times out of 10, bro, we are, man. You know, it's a lot of us out here.
It definitely is.
All right, then, bro. We appreciate you, bro.
All right, man. Peace.
Hey, stay safe,
man. Y'all be careful out here, man.
All right, you stay safe, bro.
Bless up.
All right, peace.
Oh,
he was
going
speaking.
off.
Yeah, he was going off, bro.
He was going off.
He's snapping, bro.
Hey, we definitely gonna need him back.
We got one caller. We try to see can we call back Miss Simmons right here? Cause
Simmons?
Yeah.
Miss Simmons.
But yeah, I just thought about something though.
What's up, bro?
I did experience some other shit, some racist shit at my job. I didn't really speak on it, but I'll speak on it after this phone call.
Oh man.
This bitch tried me.
That's crazy.
Pete, you got it.
I got you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Miss Simmons, what's up, man?
Hey.
How you doing, man?
How you doing, Miss Simmons? How you doing?
Yeah, they're
hello.
They're my homeboys, J Soul and Adrian,
how you
man.
doing? How you doing?
Oh,
but I was gonna keep it simple and sweet, man. I had some questions for you, man, but I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a little introduction, man. Hey, man, see, one of the most interesting, wise individuals I ever met in my life, man. She's an author / coach / activist.
Wow.
Hey, man, she does it all, man. Y'all give it up for Miss Simmons, bro.
Miss Simmons.
Whoa,
Yes,
wow. Let me try to live up to all
that. but yeah, man, I just had a question. The first question I have for you, but what is your opinion about the racial injustice that is taking place in this today's society?
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess my opinion is a little bit more of a response, and I'll say it like this, I've been tired.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I mean? And in the spirit of civil rights activist Fannie Lou Hamer, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's beyond racial injustice, honestly. This is a much larger issue against social justice, against human equity. And really, I'm going to say this, I'm going to be very brief, but this is really everyone's problem, whether they want to admit it or not. Blacks are the least respected, despite the fact that we've contributed historically and currently to the actual achievement and productivity of this nation. But in that same breath, I have to say this though, even in saying that this is everyone's problem, Black people don't have the liberty of really resting there. You know what I mean? We don't have the liberty of behaving as though it's everyone's problem, because we can't wait on other people to validate us. We can't wait on them to motivate us. We can't wait on them to join us. We can't wait on them to allow us to fight this fight.
Right,
man.
We got to be front runners and be in the change we wish to see. So that's how I feel.
Okay, and the last question I got for you: what can we do as a community to make a change?
That's a huge question, but let me say this, because first of all, I think that all of us need to realize this, not just in acts of social justice, but just in life in general. Change for the collective. If we say the community, the collective, the overall, it begins with the individual. You do not have control over anyone other than you.
Right.
So the change that you want to see, it has to start with you. And it's small, and it's consistent, and it's intentional. And that's where you start. It's easy to ignore what we're ignorant about.
Yes,
so one of the things I'll say is that, you got to get in the know to stay in the flow. And what I mean by that is, we've been provoked as a nation. And like I said, I've been tired. This is not new. So now that we've been provoked, there's pressure. but the pressure is going to keep going. We got to keep applying the pressure. We got to keep with the protests. We got to go out to the polls. We got to petition and boycott and participate in blackouts and be a part of things like this with podcasting, being a journalist and adding articles and videos and posts. You got to do your part, because see, what people are thinking is, well, all I need to do is protest. Well, no, that's not the only answer. You understand?
Yes,
everybody has to play their part.
Right.
And I want to make sure that, because I know you'll have some young listeners, and that's my community, that's my tribe. I love young people, and I gotta impart this very quick. I want them to go. If you don't have Apple phone, well, we're praying for you because you need it. But anyway,
you definitely don't need that,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We don't need nobody with no Android.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying. But today, I was preparing for this and just thinking, what I wanted to say, because I'm very not careful but intentional about whatever I say, because this is my intellectual property. When I share, I'm sharing a piece of me. If you go on your in your app store today, there's like a today kind of where they'll suggest apps or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I was looking, and there were some apps that people say, what can we do as a community? Well, young people and people in general now are getting more, savvy. So there's some apps I want you to go and look through that article, if you will, but there's a few that I want to suggest. The first one is the Voter Pal app, and that's where you can get registered to vote. I know people try to overlook registering to vote, but I'm telling you, our ancestors knew it. It's not new, and I can't go into all the deeps and whys today about why it's so important to vote, but you cannot overlook that. There's another app called 5 Calls. 5 Calls is an app that you can call your Congress and stay up to date on social justice initiatives. And like I said, if you don't know what's going on, you can't make a change because you don't know what changes need to be made.
Exactly.
So you can go into that app. There's another app called Winnow, WINNO. And what it does is it has like articles from all the current events and even archived events in the past however long. And it's straight, no chasers, just facts. Because most people understand the propaganda that the news media will spin on certain things. And this app just gives you just the facts, so that way you're not left wing, right wing. You just get the facts, and it'll tell you that and that. So that's another way to stay updated. 2 more apps. Shine, which is a meditation and motivation app. We need to be praying. We need to be meditating. We need to keep our minds focused. Okay. Yeah, we need to be doing that, because the fight is not over. We definitely have to make sure that before we can go outward, we got to go what I call vertical, meaning going up into our spiritual mind and talking to our Creator. And lastly, Zamella, and this app I actually downloaded myself, which is where you can connect with other people of color for career opportunities and networking opportunities. And that's a good way to, kind of come up. Yeah, because when you win, we win. You see what I'm saying? Like if you build a successful podcast, then that's a blessing to me, because I'm a part of the greater part of our community.
Yes,
so.
man.
Well, those are some great comments. I appreciate everything, man. For all the listeners, all those apps, y'all go check that out. It's gonna be in the link in the description. Ms. Gentry Simmons, can you please give your social media and everything out, so all our listeners could follow you if they want to stay in tune with what you're doing?
Yes,
Absolutely. They can follow me on YouTube at Coach Gentry. You can follow me on Facebook, Gentry Simmons, Instagram, Ask Coach Gentry, and Twitter at Ask Coach Gentry. Even though I'm taking a little social media cleanse, you can go see what I've already been putting out there, but YouTube, I'm kind of keeping that on the up and up right now. So,
okay, thank you so much, Miss Simmons.
Appreciate you, Miss Simmons.
Oh, you're welcome. Y'all have a great one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That was Miss Simmons.
Straight facts, man.
Straight facts. Shit, go ahead, call my homeboy.
Let's see what you got, J Soul, man. Let's see what you got.
Let me see what this nigga gonna pick up. Because niggas don't like picking up on time. So I told him we were running late. He said he sees, but he understands.
Anything we can inform our young black people,
Hosea.
man. Good.
Yeah, Hosea.
All right, Hosea.
Hey, if you don't answer this phone, I'm finna roast the stupid ass.
Oh Lord, hey.
Man,
you just doing good.
We just doing good, bro. You want to come on a roasting session like that?
Hosea, What's up, bro?
What with you?
Shoot, you on the podcast, man. Say hello to the people.
Oh, what
Hey,
up,
how y'all doing?
What's good, man?
Oh, wait, can I cuss on here?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you straight,
good,
bro.
Man. You straight, man.
Yeah.
I see what up, my nigga. Shit.
What up, bro?
What up? Shit, you know, you recording something. But look, to be real with you, bro, we just need your perspective on what's going on in America.
Oh, shit crazy.
Yeah, we know that,
Like,
right?
Yeah, we know that.
now.
Like, it really don't make sense.
Yeah.
Like white people are the biggest bitches. I'm sorry, but y'all may have white friends, but they some bitches. I have white friends too, but they don't know how to really say sorry. Like, it really don't
I'm
make
with you,
sense.
man. I'm with you. All forward, man.
Nah, it just how I feel is just if they really don't see a problem, like what the fuck going on?
Right.
Right.
Yep.
If you really don't see that there's a problem going on in your state or your fucking country, nigga, you retarded.
Right.
Then about this shit, fuck a flag. Like it's it's people who are dying right now as we speak.
Right.
True.
Would you care about a fucking flag more than you care about a fucking human being? Like nigga, y'all remember about Mike Vick? He went to jail for some fucking dogs.
Yeah, I remember
Right,
that.
I
big
remember
dog.
that, bro.
Where's Zimmerman at? Where's Zimmerman bitch ass at?
Right.
On the street, walking
chilling.
free.
That's what I'm like.
Walking free, man.
Dang, bro, white people are wishy-washy. They don't really know what the fuck they want, but they want our shit. They want our culture, our
Yeah.
drip, our
They
everything.
definitely want
Yes,
to be
sir.
like us, man.
They want to be us so bad, but they don't want to be with us. Bro, it
Right.
don't make no sense. The other races don't want to fuck with us. Like, what we did to them to make us not want to fuck with us?
Yeah, we definitely living in the give and take world out here, man.
Definitely do that.
It don't make sense. Like, it really make me pissed how so many folks don't like black people, but want to be with us. Want to have our
100.
shit.
100.
Like, they just love to see us dunk a basketball or rap. But they don't want to fight for us.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you hit
Come
that
on,
on the
we-
money, bro.
For real.
You know? I know,
Hey,
we've
listen
been
to our
fighting for this
music and
country.
everything.
On God, we've been fighting for this country ever since it was the fucking 13 colonies.
Right.
And we
Mhm.
still ain't had free. We ain't had right. We were fighting for our fucking masters,
Yep.
not for our freedom, for our masters' freedom, for the fucking British.
Right.
Like this shit don't make no sense. Like they are wishy-washy for no reason. We did everything for them. They may have blueprints, but we the people who actually work for it.
Right. They
Like,
showing
we
their
built
true colors, bro.
everything.
Yep.
Like, it's sad. Like it really is sad. Like when you see like folks that you grew up with act fucking racist.
Mhm.
It don't
Yeah.
even be just the white people,
It
bro. It be the
don't.
black people
It's,
too, bro.
It's some black
Bro,
people
It's
like
some,
that.
it's some people. It's
No,
some
it
coons
just-
out here for real though.
It is.
Like it just,
Definitely.
I don't want to call them coon. I just feel like they need to. No,
They
They
need
need to get
education,
lost
bro.
it.
it's ignorant. They either ignorant or stupid.
Yeah.
You are not like. Cause if you ignorant, I can deal with that. But you stupid if you really defend a white person for
Mm.
not being racist. And you have receipt.
100.
You like folks see like you have screenshots. You seen this person say the N word and derogatory slang. Like fuck that. Like
Right.
you are really is a stupid motherfucker.
Right,
Yeah.
bro.
Like you can teach somebody who's ignorant, but you can't teach somebody who's stupid.
Right.
Yeah. You speaking
Mm.
facts on that, bro.
Speak on it, Hosea.
Money.
Hey man, you know, call me brother Jose out here, man. It's Sunday.
Nah, bro. You Pastor Hosea. You already know. I'm the deacon.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Bishop. I would call you Bishop. You know, you my Bishop, sir.
Ah, yeah. You right. You right.
Man,
You
Reverend
right.
Jose, man.
Reverend Jose.
But hey, bro, we appreciate you being on the podcast. Do you have
Yes,
any
sir.
social media that you want people to follow you on?
Hey man, the only thing I really want to say is, man, I fuck with you, John. You the only reason I'm over here. I fuck with you, man. I fuck
Oh
with you,
yeah, bro.
Okay,
You already
okay.
know. Been
I don't-
cool since freshman year. Goddamn it, all city, bro.
On God, that's why I love you, man. Stay up, man.
I love you, bro. For sure. For sure.
Hey,
But
you
yeah,
too,
we
Adrian. I love you too now.
All right, man. We appreciate it, bro. I'll talk to you later, man. You already know.
I know you. I'm gonna be seeing you so. I'm missing you so soon.
Oh shit. All right, bro. I appreciate it, bro. All right,
man.
there, bro. All right, that was Hosea. That was
He came in. He brought something different.
Yeah,
He was-
man.
Oh God,
He
look,
raw,
look,
uncut.
look, everybody was giving up the good perspective, but then he got
You know
the
what
other
I'm saying?
perspective. You know what
You
I'm
got that
saying?
straight hood. Say
Go
street.
straight to the fucking,
Yeah,
you know,
You know what I'm
point.
saying?
No filter.
No
100.
filter at all. That's why he asked, like, do you want to? Can I cuss on this motherfucker?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
what the
like,
fuck is
I'm
that?
glad everybody spoke their truth. You know, they said how they,
Yeah,
you know,
man.
how they felt. And you know, I got a lot from that though. Everybody feel the same way.
Yeah. It's just in different voices.
Yeah, it's just worded differently, but like, you know, Jordan hit on a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Simmons hit on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, man.
He even brought up some stuff that they didn't bring up. You know what I'm saying? So like, I enjoyed that though, and I feel good that we are. You know what I'm saying? Because like Miss Simmons says, we trying to use our platform for something that really matters. You know, there's a lot of people that have bigger platforms. They don't really care about that. If it's not about them making $1 off of it, they don't really care about it.
Right.
So you know, we need change, and we've been fighting for it for so long, bro. It's time.
Yeah. It's the right time to do it.
Like she said, I'm sick and tired, bro. Like
sick and tired of being sick and tired, man.
Like so we really need change, bro.
All right, so let's take a break from the calls real quick. So let's talk about our perspective on everything. So I'll go first. So, you know, when I saw that video, right, it is like in my head, I'm like, if I was in that place, right, I get that you can record, but then at the same time, I don't know how would I feel just to be recording this man getting
just
killed.
Watching that, yeah.
Like, I understand everything what you're saying on that one, man.
So I'm like, if I was that person, I wouldn't even care if I'm getting maced or whatever. I'm gonna try to get that man to stop trying to kill that brother, because so you telling me you choking this man out because of a forged check, but if a white dude did it, he can walk away. I'll take that back. If a white man killed 23 people, that recently happened, killed 23 people in the church, and y'all gonna come in, see this man at Burger King and walk him out peacefully?
Yeah, they took my man to Burger King, bro.
So I'm like, so I don't get that shit. So
I guarantee you, a white man in the same shoes as George Floyd, he would be alive today.
That's what I'm saying.
He definitely would be alive.
So it's crazy. Like I literally seen, like I know that the whole. This is like, to me, this is like my first time seeing some shit that really happened. Like, I ain't never seen nobody kill somebody on no fucking camera and just assassinate a person just because he didn't do it. And then it's like, it hit me because it's like the dude literally told him, like, bro, I can't breathe. And you showing no type of passionate talking about,
I'm talking about he didn't take his knee off his neck at all.
You just applying more pressure to him.
In 5 minutes, when he wasn't showing no signs, he still had his knee on his neck.
And I'm like, crazy. Come on, bro. Like that shit fucked up in my head. And then like, man, bro, like this shit emotional, bro. Cause like I'm thinking about like, what did that shit happen to me? You know what I mean? And then it's like, it's fucked up because, like, okay, I told my moms, they had a whole, like, before, like, when this thing happened, they had a whole rally before, like, our first protest, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I told my mom, I'm like, you know, I want to go out there, speak my piece. And you know what she gonna tell me? I love her to the day I die. I love my mom. But then it's like some shit that she shouldn't have said that shit. Oh, the whole corona thing going on, you don't need to be out there. If it's willing to risk my life to speak up for what is right, I will risk my life for it. I don't give a fuck about no damn corona. Yep. Like, you think I really care about that? So I'm like, you know, fuck it. And then I told her, we came back from the first protest. I don't think I told you this shit. So I was like, she said, I seen you on the news. Y'all wasn't social. I was like, why the fuck are you worrying about social distancing when there's a whole fucking riot and looting and protesting that's going on right now because of a black man that was getting killed for nothing, for just sitting there, like just mind his own business, trying to get some food. The owner even said that, he didn't even do shit. He wasn't even resisting. So you telling me I have to stay at home because of fucking corona and protest? I mean, I get that she want me to be safe out there.
Yeah, she do.
I understand that, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be quiet and sit down. I can say whatever I want by just sitting down, but it ain't gonna feel right unless I'm out there doing it, so the people can hear me. to hear my truth, speak my
true.
piece. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, bruh, it's just like, man, bruh, I just couldn't believe my mom told me that shit. Cause I'm
she
like,
just want, bro. Look, our parents just want us to be safe.
Yeah, that's it, man. Your love.
To be honest, she probably wasn't even worried about the coronavirus. She was
Oh.
probably worried about you going out there and getting hurt.
right.
Yeah, I think a lot of looting and stuff was going on. Like sometimes we don't really like our parents. They just want us to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, I told everybody, I know that it's a whole lot of shit going on in this world, but nothing's gonna stop me from doing what is right.
Exactly, and
Because like
nothing
I
should
said,
ever do
like
that.
I told her, I said, I'm sick and tired of being tired.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, why should I be quiet and just look on to see what's going on? That's not gonna stop me from protesting.
Not
So
and it shouldn't.
So I just said, look, all I'm asking y'all is to pray for me. Cause I don't know if this gonna be my last time doing this, you know what I'm saying? Cause what's gonna happen?
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Cause like, man, that shit bothered me.
Yeah,
Cause
man,
like,
you was hitting on the nail with that one, man. You basically just said it in my own words, what I say, but it's a lot going on right now, man.
Like
You don't know it.
My perspective is that it's been going on for so long though, and like
Yeah.
now that we finally tired of it going on, we're trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? But like it's been going on for so long now. You know what I'm saying?
Hundreds
Like
of years, man.
like with everything that when I was raised growing up, like we said earlier, like just being black in this country, it's like I feel like you gotta wait. You wait it down.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So like it seems like a lot harder for us. Like white kids are really entitled. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they can live free without, you know what I'm saying, without, you know what I'm saying, being killed, or, you know, they can walk down the street without being just, you know, racially profiled. They can do those things.
Like
they
that
have
way
those,
of living is like
you know,
basically handed to them.
yeah, they're like their life is straight. But I'm saying like with us, it's just like
You gotta watch it back,
we can do anything and just really just be like killed, beaten, like, and there's no way to live. There's no way to treat a person. Why would you want to treat somebody like that? You know what I'm saying? So like,
We all human beings.
the thing is, I'm just like, I feel like we're brought up differently. Like, all people should be able to live the same way, but for some reason we're not like that. We don't have that luxury of doing it. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like,
Run it.
we're behind in everything. Like, it's school. School is not even the same. Like we were saying earlier, Grissom, Huntsville, they get stuff that at Johnson, Jemison, Columbia, like they don't get that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
At
Like
all.
jobs. How many people have turned down, you know, jobs because they were black?
Right.
You know, like if we're not dunking, if we not
Stereotyping.
if we not
Running
rapping,
football.
if we're not, you know what I'm saying, throwing a football, then we're useless.
All right.
Yeah.
If they're not making a dollar off of us, then it's just like, you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of crazy though. Why it have to be like that though? It's not a label put on us African American in this society to be a doctor or a lawyer or anything else. It got to be like in an entertaining aspect. We got to either be dancing, running.
I'm gonna tell you what my grandma told me growing
Crazy.
up. She told me, "Just you a black man living in a white man's world,"
On the money right there.
and it's
crazy.
just like, bro, it's just crazy how they see us. They don't see us as equals. They don't want us as equals. If we are succeeding in any way, bro, it's just a hate. It's like they have been so used to living like this, bro.
Right.
They're so
it became
used.
the norm.
Yes, it's normal to them. And a lot of white people, they don't even, it doesn't affect them. So they don't even know. They're not educated on what's been going on. Like they know, but they really don't know. It don't affect them.
Right.
Black people being killed, it doesn't affect them. Okay? It affects us. It affects us. We see our own people killed and beaten for 400 years. You know what I'm saying? We were enslaved. Like we have to, growing up, when we learned about that, I was hurt learning about that. Like sitting there reading that, my people were slaves, that pissed me off. The other kids, it didn't affect them. They didn't feel no type of way for that.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's different for us, okay? It don't affect them. Just like Drew Brees, he wasn't educated on that. He seen it they're patriots, bro. They're raised believing in the flag, believing that in all their amendments, they have that luxury of in all those amendments in the way of believing in the flag, trust your country. You know what I'm saying? This country is the best country. You can do anything here. We don't have that.
Right.
It's not like that, man.
It's not like that at all. We don't have those luxuries of, of that stuff. They were brought up and raised that way. We were taught that we can do stuff, but we have a target on our back. We have to be careful. Things are not always going to go right for us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff can happen. So it's just different to me. That's my perspective. It's just they're really entitled and they have luxuries that we don't have, that we didn't fought for.
100.
So it's crazy that we live in that world, but we really need to change that because that's not right.
So, Mike, got anything that you want to say, bro?
Man, like, basically what y'all two was saying, man, it's like, it's a crazy world out here, man. Everything what a black man got to do two times harder than what the white man do. You know what I'm saying? So how I just living my everyday life, I'm living it, watching my back 24/7. And it's sad I got to live like that, though, because you don't know if you're going to make it the next day based upon the wrong situation. If you're at the wrong place, the wrong time, you say the wrong things, it cost you your life or your hurt. Anything, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I have to say.
Remember, I gotta tell y'all that story time now. So
okay.
Oh, story time.
So this was like around November, I think. Right when we got done with our podcast, whatever. I think that's around that time. So, I'm just doing my job. Like my occupation, you park cars at the hospital. So one of the jobs for me when I was working there, well, I'm still working there, I had to move the cars from across the street to move them up front. So I was moving one of the cars that was across the street, and I seen this lady that was waiting for me to get to retrieve her car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I went up there. I said, "Hey, ma'am, how you doing?" She had a license on the key, so I looked at it. I was like, "Oh, that's probably the car that I was just picking up."
Yeah.
So, I said, "Oh, I just parked your car. I'm gonna bring it up to you." So she said, "Okay, that's cool." So I brought it up to her, and then she gonna ask me, what was she doing with my car? And I was like, I was doing my job by moving your car from across the street to a closer parking spot, ma'am. So like, there's like two black women. If I know their names, I wish I still didn't know their names, because they was like family to me, because they took care of me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then there was a white dude that was in front of her. So she was like, "Oh, I'm not tipping you." And I was like, "For what?" Because she thought I was, in my head, I said, "For what?" in my head, but then I was like, "Oh, okay." But then I was like, "Oh, so you thinking that I probably stole your car?" I was like, "There's like plenty of other cars in that lot, and you think that I'm gonna take your car?" So then the lady overheard this, like, "Oh," she said she ain't gonna tip him. And then she said, "Don't even worry about it, baby, because like there's people in this world that's ignorant and be stereotyping black men." Like, I was stereotyping basically, because she thinking that I stole her car. Like, why would I want a Honda Civic and there's a Range Rover right there? Stupid ass girl. But anyway, like, it's just like, bro, shit sad, because like people are so quick to judge because you doing your job or something.
Bro, we've been stereotyped for a long. I mean, it's
Since
just
day one.
Yeah.
Since day one.
I'm just saying, bro. Like I said, for 400 years, when we were slaves, what they do? They literally built this country off of our work, and we don't have equal rights still. Okay, and we're still segregated. You think about it. When you go to every city, big city. It don't even have to be a big city. It's segregated.
Yeah,
black people
either gonna be the north.
Black people on one side, white people on one side.
Exactly how it is.
It's still segregated, bro.
Exactly.
We're still being targeted. We're still being killed.
Slavery still going on,
bro. Like,
still being
and the
profiled.
KKK, even though they're quote unquote gone, they not, bro. They just traded in. They just traded in a hood for a badge.
Yes.
So
yes.
Like, I'm like, it's sad though. But like, we're gonna continue to get stereotyped, bro.
All right.
It's sad to say, but I feel like
I feel like it's gonna be like that until we probably all our black people go back to Africa. It ain't gonna be like that.
I feel like but one thing that I noticed, I feel like they don't really understand. Like some people are just ignorant and they understand. They just don't care about what's going on. But some people don't understand. I don't feel like some people really understand how we feel until their people are enslaved, they're killed, and they're beaten. Like we've been, you know what I'm saying, been mistreated for that long. Like people will be like, oh, why are they doing all that? They don't get the pain and suffering that our people that had to go through, bro. They don't get that. They don't understand that because they had the luxury of living the way they live. They don't have to worry about that.
Right.
So until they experience that for themselves, I don't feel like most of these people gonna understand that.
Well, let's get to some more callers to see if they want to speak on this whole situation that's going on in the world. So who we gonna call first, bro?
I think you got one more caller left.
Yeah, let's go ahead and call her.
Ro?
Yeah.
She answered the phone.
Hallelujah. She probably is not gonna answer.
If she don't answer, it'd be like,
who is it?
Please answer.
Right. Yeah, she not gonna answer.
Damn.
The mailbox belongs.
Damn, bro. Damn.
It's cool, bro.
It's
still
cool.
mess with you, bro.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
No,
I'm on your head though when I see you.
It's all good, but yeah. But this is our first video on YouTube, though.
Oh, that was the last
It's
call?
kind of far though.
Yeah,
That was shit.
it's a nice setup. But yeah, we just want to talk about that. You know, a lot of stuff going on where we really want to talk about that.
100.
But after this, we still gonna talk about it. But you know, we gotta go back to our.
You know, I'm
OG, always, man, because like we gonna have a lot of things coming your way. You know
we got pranks, we got prank calls, mukbangs. We got, we even talk about doing a cooking segment.
Man. We got it all, man.
We gonna have special guests. We're gonna have artists on here. Once we get situated, we're gonna do live performances too. So
I got some freestyles coming to you, man. I'm ready.
Oh yeah, P want to do freestyle.
These
you know
bars.
what I'm saying? I don't know. He can really can't rap. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. You know,
I don't need no paper. It's just straight off the dome. I do this. I'm original. I'm authentic.
I'm gonna spit it straight off the dome.
Alrighty, buddy.
A Julia. You know I never make a fool of ya.
Y'all stupid.
But yeah, we just we got a lot more content going on.
We
man.
we really appreciate y'all, man. From the beginning, we really appreciate y'all.
Before we end, though, I just want everybody to continue to do what y'all doing. If you taking steps toward fighting this fight, we need all hands on deck. Don't stop. Just don't do social media. Continue to protest. Sign petitions. We need more petitions signed.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, even if, you know what I'm saying, donate. It don't have to be that much, but every dollar counts. We really need a change in this world.
Yes, sir.
So, and I don't plan on stopping until it's a change, until I see change. Because I don't want my kids to go through any of this shit that is going on and has been going on since the first day. Like, and we really need to just do better as far as that.
Oh yeah, another thing is don't be afraid to speak up. Like don't be on the sideline just looking. Man, just go ahead and speak up because
speak the truth.
What Malcolm X said, a man who stands for nothing, let me say it like this: a man who doesn't stand for anything won't get anything done. Basically, that's what he's saying.
That's true though.
Like if you want something to be done, make sure you speak up and stand for what is right. And another thing is hold these people accountable. That means your so-called friends that's not my race, but they say they love black people. Hold them accountable.
No, every little baby song.
I understand you because I have a cousin that's black, so I understand.
Yeah.
Don't.
I have black friends. Don't say that shit.
That's
bro.
what I'm saying.
Right. And hold the law enforcement accountable.
100.
hold basically everybody accountable that's above us.
Know your rights, bro.
Please know your rights. That's one thing.
Educate yourself.
Yes.
Please educate yourself, because a lot of people out here don't even know.
And we need to go ahead. We need to go ahead and set out a plan so we can know, so we can get everything done right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if we don't get no change, it won't be change.
That's true.
So
facts.
That's all I have to say. Don't be afraid to speak up.
Man, you out here, you could accomplish anything you put your mind to, man. As long as you could read, write, and count and think for yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Just staying positive, man. I know it's a hard time out here right now, but, just keep your head up and keep pushing, man. Because if you strive for it, you're going to get it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Hard work.
Yeah, that will conclude our first episode back in our first episode on YouTube.
With my boy Pete.
Yes, sir. Let's give a hand clap for Pete real quick.
My boy.
I enjoy it, man. We're going to get many of these out, man. I'm planning
We're going to start using this podcaster soon. Next episode, we're going to have something for y'all. We're going to be ready.
Y'all see the
Special
little
effects.
magic that we could have done.
A little razzle.
Little razzle-dazzle.
But let me do a little something real quick. Ugly ass.
Why I gotta be that one though?
I don't
Boy,
know.
this ain't no.
I just chose it because.
Boy, this ain't Friends.
You right.
This ain't the 70s show.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That was the perfect.
Yeah,
one
you
right
can.
there.
Yeah, go ahead and take us out, bro.
But yeah,
Hit that button one more time.
Hold on. Hold on. Wait. But hey, y'all go follow us on IG at the Kids from the South. That's again on IG at the Kids from the South.
You guys spell it out for
100.
THAKIDS.
Yes, sir.
From. I know y'all know how to spell from.
Nah, some people don't.
I mean
They spell from.
FORM. THA and South. It's not just the regular South. It's how we say it. SOUF. South.
That real South. Yes, sir.
And make sure y'all go subscribe to our YouTube channel too.
Yeah, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe.
Subscribe button down below and
Yes,
turn
sir.
on them post notifications because so y'all can be updated.
We're gonna try to post.
We're gonna turn this bitch up
at least 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
And go ahead if you got Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor. Y'all go ahead and follow us on that too.
Yes,
at
sir.
the Kids from the South. Again, the Kids from the South. The same way how you spell on the IG page.
Yes, man.
And that will be it. Again, it's your boy J Soul.
Your boy Moo.
Your boy Pete.
And y'all have a blessed day. And stay
Yes,
up,
sir.
bruh.
100.
Yeah. That was too much.
Well, I'm gonna hit you in your shit, boy. Fuck wrong
I'm
with
sorry. All right, we out, guys.
you?